Hello, folks, and welcome back to this week's, to another edition. No, I definitely didn't want to say virgin. Orton. Oh, I should send that clip to Schmitty to see if... Hello, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Homies Fantasy Football Weekly Recap Show. Excited to talk through some scores and highlights for you this week, so we're going to turn it over at this time to your friend and mine. Take it away, Schmitty.
Whoa, dude, I'm not ready, come on!
Whoa, Schmitty, put some clothes on. Oh my gosh. Okay, while he's doing that, let me take care of a couple league business things. I guess we'll talk about this week's high score. And this week it is Patrick with a high score. So congratulations, Patrick. I am going to send you $10. Let's see. There you go. $10 is all yours. Congratulations, Patrick, on this week's high score. And now I have a special message for just Carlos Nuevo and me. Carlos, it looks like it's you and me that are down to the losers. We still got a few weeks left, so it is going to be a tough battle, but I just wanted to show you what we're battling for. The loser shirt finally came in, so one of us will get to wear this as we do street interviews, asking people what they suck at, because clearly we suck at fantasy football. So can't wait to see who gets to wear this bad boy. Should be a fun season, and bad luck to you, sir. All right, hopefully Schmitty's got his clothes on now, and we'll try this one more time. All right, take it away, Schmitty.
My goodness, I guess it's tough to get a little privacy around here, but... the guy can't manage his own team, let alone the, proper broadcast timing. So, what a surprise. But anyway, welcome back, everybody, to this week's edition of the Homies Fantasy Football Recap Show. As always, we're going to be bringing you the scores and highlights from everything from this last week in the league. Let's kick things off with Carlos taking on Will. Carlos coming in 5-4, but scathing a little bit, and Will coming in 4-5, looking to get things even and get out of the way of trending towards that last place position, even though... I think a couple of guys already got it locked up, but regardless, let us start on the side of Carlos for this week. Great game out of Josh Allen, 24 points. A.J. Dillon having a big-time game for the Pack, 26. Jalen Waddle with 10, Devin Singletary with 11, and that was about all the scoring for Carlos. Not his best week. He continues to struggle after starting out so strong. I can't imagine what that would be like. But anyway, moving over to the side of Will, 20 points out of Ryan Tannehill. His running backs both in double digits. Justin Jefferson with 23, Hunter Renfrow with 17, Michael Pittman with 12, Mark Andrews with 18, James Conner with 14. Will's team firing on all cylinders. 145-point week out of him. Gives him a big-time blowout win against Carlos. Final score in this one, 145-96. Both teams moved to 5-5. Next up, we've got Carlos taking on Craig. Carlos coming in struggling. 2-7, needs a win desperately to hold on. Craig coming into this one 5-4. We'll start on the side of Carlos. Solid game out of Tom Brady with 15. Not his best though. 20 points out of Mark Ingram. And after that, the only other guy in double digits on his team being Tyler Higbee. Another god-awful week for Carlos. His team continues to struggle. And Craig went into this game so confident he decided to take a page out of his dad's book last year and leave guys in on bye. But nonetheless, Dak Prescott in this game with 28 points. A big game out of him. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, both in double figures. Travis Kelce with 19, Devontae Smith with 22, and the Colts D even hitting double digits with 14. Craig with a big time win in this one. It's what you expect out of guys that make 100K and are married. Now, if we could just do something about that trash talk thing in the group chat. I might have something for that. That might work. But anyway, Craig coming out with a big-time victory in this one. Final score, 125-82. Craig moves on to 6-4. Carlos falling to 2-8. We need some life out of you, Carlos. Next up, we've got Dakota taking on David. Dakota coming in 5-4. David coming in 4-5. We'll start on David's side of things. Big-time game out of Christian McCaffrey. Even without a touchdown, manages to get 25 points. Christian Kirk with 12 points. Tight end Dan Arnold with 13. We'll throw in some kicker love in there, too, because... wasn't a lot of scoring going on this week for David. Harry Butker with 9, and looking over at the other side for Dakota. In what was a struggle game for the Ravens offense, Lamar Jackson still manages to skate out 16 points. Deontay Johnson with 13, Rashad Bateman with 14. Jamal Agnew apparently playing running back this week for the Jags, even though he was in the wide receiver spot. He gets 13, and that Pats D continues to roll another 12 points out of him. Not the best week for Dakota, but puts up enough to take down David. Final score in this one, 190. Dakota moves up to 6-4. David falls to 4-6. Next up, we've got the Commish taking on Jose. Don't think I need to tell you the Commish needs a big time win in this one. Jose coming in 5-4. Starting here with the commish, Kirk Cousins with 20 points, Leonard Fournette with 16, Terry McLaurin with 11, Jerry Jeudy with 10. Other than that, though, a lot of single digits in that score column, and you look at that big 21 on the bench out of Antonio Gibson. All in all, though, probably wouldn't have made much of a difference in this matchup. As we look over to the other side for Jose, a massive time game. Patty Mahomes might be back. He drops 40 in this last game with 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. Austin Eckler gets 14 points. Tyreek Hill, I mean, if Patty Mahomes goes off, chances are Tyreek is too. He gets 27. George Kittle with 16, and that Panthers defense with 14 points. Gives Jose a big-time win over the commish, who continues to take beating after beating. I mean, come on, either you or Carlos got to win at some point to break this tie. Anyway, final score in this one. Jose with 132, the commish with 93. The commish falling to 2-8. Jose up to 6-4. Next up, we've got myself taking on Patrick. I'm coming in 5-4. Patrick coming in 6-3. Patrick's been riding high lately. Could really use him to lose. Unfortunately, as we take a look at things, we'll start on my side. Zeke Elliott with 20 points, DeAndre Swift with 16, Cooper Kupp with 23, Corey Davis with 12, Noah Fant with 10, Dearness Johnson with 21 points, and that Cowboys D, them boys, 23 points out of them. Was a big-time week in the score column, 150, can never really complain about that. Second in the league this week in scoring, right behind, you guessed it, Patrick, as we move over to his side of things. Jimmy G with 17. Jonathan Taylor continues to be a force. 24 points out of him. Stephon Diggs, a massive game of 30. CeeDee Lamb not too far behind with 28. Elijah Moore, 13. Hunter Henry, 19. Bills D with 11. I mean, there wasn't many spots in this week for Patrick that just didn't go off. And he's heading home with an 8-point victory and a tie overall in the league for first place. Final score in this one, Patrick 158, myself 150. I fall to 5-5. Patrick moving up to 7-3. And this last matchup, oh boy, what a banger of a matchup this was. We've got Matt taking on Orton, and we love when these games come down to the final moments in the final games of Monday Night Football. And this one did that. So the score going into Monday night was Matt with 87 and Orton with 81 points. And each team had a few guys that were playing in that Monday night matchup. Matt had Matt Stafford, Darrell Henderson, as well as Brandon Ayuk. Orton had Deebo Samuel and Odell Beckham. And in this one with Matt Stafford not having much of a game, nor did Darrell Henderson, that Rams offense was really struggling. The 49ers offense was not. And even more so for Orton's wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, who had a massive game. Orton narrowly edged him out at the end in Monday Night Football due to a big-time 29-point game out of Deebo Samuel, getting him the 1-point win in this week. When these fantasy games come down to Monday Night Football, man, there is just nothing better. We'll go over some other scores here from each side. We'll start with Matt, 29 points out of Darrell Williams. Keenan Allen with 17, Adam Thielen with 11, Kyle Pitts with 10. And you can't help but take a look at that defense he had on his bench, being the 49ers. They weren't expected to do a lot against the Rams, but they did, and that surely would have made the difference in this game. On the other side for Orton, Michael Carter and Dalvin Cook, both with nice games, 17 and 20 respectively. 14 for Devontae Adams. We talked about that 29 spot out of Deebo Samuel. Good thing, because after that, there was a lot of single digits in his lineup. Orton able to scathe by his Mangina lips. Whew, good thing he was able to scathe by, because he would have been doing a little bit of crying in the corner if he didn't. Go celebrate by giving that pillow a good tap at Orton. Final score in this one, Orton with 113, Matt with 112. Matt falls to 5-5. Orton now up to a tie for Patrick with the best record at 7-3. That's going to do it for this week's scores and highlights from around the league. Some good matches in this one, plenty more to come. Get those lineups set for this weekend's games. Not many weeks left, gentlemen, so fight while you still can. Anyways, we'll send things back out to the commission now to take us home.
Thank you, Schmitty. An incredible job as always. It's always exciting to look back at all the wins that everybody else has each week. Well, until next week, we are going to let you go. Keep the smack talk flowing. Keep the trade proposals coming. Might mention it's the last week available for those. And good luck to all of you, except to you, Carlos. Screw you, man. I don't want to wear this stupid shirt. So long, losers.